God says, I am speaking in pure anger today. You made a mistake that heaven noticed. If you walk away from this message, it will never be forgiven. I am not whispering to you today. I am calling you with a voice that carries weight and truth, and you must not turn away now, because what you are about to hear can change the direction of your life. I am speaking about a mistake you made when you thought no one was watching, but heaven saw it clearly, and it did not go unnoticed. This is not about punishing you. It is about correcting you before the damage becomes something you cannot undo. If you ignore this moment, you will miss a turning point that was meant to restore you and lift you again. Stay here, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will open your eyes and bring you back into alignment with what I prepared for you. Type Amen if you believe. You need to understand that I do not become angry without reason, and my anger today comes from seeing you step away from what I clearly placed in your path. You knew the right choice. You felt it deep inside, but you allowed fear, pride, or distraction to lead you in the wrong direction. Heaven noticed that moment when you hesitated and then chose differently, and it created a shift that you are still feeling right now. I am not here to shame you, but I will not pretend it did not happen, because pretending would only push you further away. This is your moment to face the truth and come back before the consequences grow stronger. If this is touching your heart right now, pause and like this video, because this moment is not random and it is meant to reach you at the exact time you needed to hear it. You are not abandoned. Even in my anger, you are still mine, and that is why I am speaking so directly to you now. My anger is not rejection. It is a sign that I still care enough to correct you and bring you back to where you belong. When you walked away from what I showed you, you created a distance that is now affecting your peace, your clarity, and your strength. You may have felt confusion, heaviness, or even a sense that something is not right, and that is because your spirit knows you stepped away from my guidance. I am calling you back with urgency, because the longer you stay in that place, the harder it becomes to return. Do not try to justify what you did, because deep down you already know the truth, and you do not need anyone else to confirm it. I saw the moment, I saw your thoughts, and I saw the decision before you made it, and still I waited to see if you would choose what is right. When you chose differently, it created a ripple that touched more than just you, and that is why this matters so much. You are not living a small life, and your choices carry weight that goes beyond what you can see right now. That is why I am speaking with urgency, because what seems small to you is not small in my plan. Type yes to affirm. I need you to listen closely, because this is where the change begins, and you cannot afford to miss this part. The mistake you made is not the end, but ignoring it will turn it into something much heavier than it needs to be. You still have the chance to correct your path, to step back into alignment, and to move forward with clarity and strength again. But that requires humility, honesty, and a willingness to admit where you went wrong without hiding from it. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for truth from your heart. Right now, I am giving you an opportunity that many people miss, because they refuse to listen when correction comes. You are hearing this because I chose to reach you, even in your mistake, even in your distance, even in your confusion. That means you are not forgotten, and you are not beyond restoration, but you must respond. You cannot sit in silence and expect things to fix themselves, because healing begins when you acknowledge what happened and choose differently. This is your moment to turn. Not tomorrow, not later, but now. You may feel a weight in your chest as you hear these words, and that is not fear, that is conviction calling you back to truth. I am not trying to break you. I'm trying to rebuild you stronger than before, but rebuilding starts with removing what is wrong. You cannot carry the mistake forward and expect peace to follow you, because peace lives where truth is honored. When you come back to me fully, without hiding, without excuses, you will feel that peace return to you again. That is the promise I am holding out to you right now. There is still time, but do not confuse that with endless chances, because moments like this are rare and they carry purpose. I am speaking in anger because I refuse to let you drift further without warning, and because I know what you are capable of when you walk in alignment with me. You cannot pretend that everything is normal, because deep within you there is already a knowing that something must be corrected. That quiet unrest inside you is not random, it is a signal calling you back to truth. I am not distant from you in this moment. I am closer than you realize, watching to see how you respond now. There was a moment when you had clarity, when the path was clear and your spirit recognized it without confusion. You remember that moment, even if you try not to think about it too much, because it was simple and undeniable. But instead of moving forward with that clarity, you allowed something else to take control of your decision. It may have been fear of losing something, or fear of stepping into something new, or even a desire to hold on to what felt comfortable. That choice created a break between what you knew was right and what you actually did, and that break is what I am addressing now. Type I trust you, God. What's really behind the 7-second brain technique that's making headlines and new millionaires? A stunning CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that's helping normal people wipe out debt and attract serious wealth. With proof from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into dream living. Homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening. But the government could take this down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You must understand that I do not call you out to push you away. I call you out because I see what you can become when you walk in truth. I have seen your potential from the beginning, and I have already prepared things ahead of you that require your obedience and your alignment. When you step away from that alignment, you delay what was meant to unfold for you. This is not about punishment, it is about the flow of your life being interrupted by a choice that went against what I showed you. I am correcting that interruption so you can step back into what I have prepared. There are things that were meant to open for you, doors that were already beginning to move, opportunities that were aligning in ways you could not fully see. But when you chose differently, those movements slowed, and some of them paused entirely. You may have noticed that something felt blocked or delayed, and you wondered why things were not moving the way they should. This is the reason, and I am revealing it so you can understand and not remain confused. I do not want you to walk in frustration when the answer is right in front of you. Do not let pride keep you from admitting where you went wrong, because pride will only keep you stuck in the same place. I know it is not easy to face your own mistake, especially when you tried to convince yourself that it was the right thing to do. But truth does not change based on what you tell yourself, and your spirit knows the difference between truth and comfort. When you choose truth, even when it is uncomfortable, you begin to heal and move forward again. That is the step I am asking you to take right now. Type 777 to receive blessings. I am not asking you to go back and fix everything in one moment, because I know that some things take time to restore. What I am asking is for you to turn your heart back to me completely, without holding anything back. When you do that, I will guide you step by step and show you how to move forward in a way that brings peace instead of confusion. You do not have to figure everything out on your own, because I am already here, ready to lead you. But I will not force you. I will wait for your willingness. You may be wondering if it is too late, if the mistake you made has already caused something to be lost forever. Listen carefully, because this is important for you to understand. There are things that can still be restored, and there are things that require you to move differently from this point forward. I am giving you this moment not to condemn you, but to redirect you before more is affected. What you do now matters more than what you did before, because now you are aware and you have the chance to respond differently. There is a reason you are still here, still listening, still feeling something inside you that will not let you walk away. That reason is not coincidence, it is purpose calling you back into alignment. I could have allowed you to continue without correction, but that would have led you further away from what I planned for you. Instead, I chose to reach you with clarity, even if it feels strong, even if it feels uncomfortable. That is what love looks like when it refuses to let you stay lost. You are not weak for admitting your mistake. You are strong for facing it and choosing to change. Many people run from correction because they are afraid of what it reveals about them. But you are being given a chance to grow beyond that fear and step into something greater. When you choose honesty, you break the hold that the mistake has over you. That is how you begin to move forward with freedom again. Do not delay your response, because hesitation is what led you into this place before. When you feel the pull to act, to change, to return, you must follow it without overthinking or questioning it. I am guiding you in that moment, and I am showing you the way back to alignment. Trust that guidance, even if it feels unfamiliar, because it is leading you to peace. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take that step. I am still watching you, not with anger alone, but with expectation, waiting to see your response. I know what you are capable of, and I know the strength that is inside you, even if you have doubted it. This moment is not here to break you. It is here to awaken you and bring you back into clarity. You are not meant to stay in confusion or regret. You are meant to rise from this with understanding and direction. But that only happens when you choose to respond. There is more ahead for you, more than what you have seen so far, but you cannot reach it while holding on to what is behind you. You must release the wrong choice, not by ignoring it, but by learning from it and choosing differently now. That is how you move forward with wisdom, instead of repeating the same pattern. I am giving you the awareness you need so you do not fall into the same place again. This is growth, and it is necessary for what is coming next. Do not push away the weight in your heart, because that weight is guiding you back toward truth. When you try to silence it, you only delay what needs to happen. I am allowing you to feel this, so you will not ignore the path that is opening again before you. There are layers to what happened, and you have only begun to understand the surface of it. The choice you made was not just about one moment. It came from something deeper that has been building inside you for some time. There were thoughts you entertained, doubts you allowed to grow, and feelings you chose not to bring to me. Over time, those things shaped your decision, and that is why it is important for you to look deeper now. If you only focus on the action, you will miss the root, and the root is where true change begins. Type, I will return. Is it finally time to try the same CIA secret ritual that's changing lives in seconds? This newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual transforming lives overnight. Scientifically validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it rewires your mind to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and exotic travel. But this secret won't be online much longer. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently removed. I want you to think about the moments before that decision, when you felt the quiet warning inside you. You sensed that something was not right, and there was a voice within you trying to guide you back, but you chose to move forward anyway, convincing yourself that it would be fine or that it would not matter. That is where the mistake truly began, not just in the action, but in ignoring the guidance that was already present. I gave you that awareness for a reason, and when you learn to listen to it again, you will not fall into the same place. You are not beyond correction, and you are not beyond restoration, but you must be willing to change the way you respond to those inner warnings. I do not speak to you only in loud moments like this. I speak to you in quiet nudges, in small feelings, in gentle clarity. When you ignore those things, you begin to drift, and that drift leads to decisions that pull you away from me. This is why I am bringing your attention back to that pattern, because breaking it will protect you in the future. You are learning something now that will shape how you move from this point forward. Do not let shame take control of your thoughts, because shame will try to convince you that you are not worthy to come back. That is not the truth, and you must not believe it. I am calling you back because you are still mine, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing to listen. The moment you choose to return with honesty, the weight of shame begins to lose its hold over you. You are not defined by your mistake, but you are responsible for how you respond to it. Type 222 if you trust God. There is something important you need to understand about forgiveness, because you may be holding fear about what I said earlier. When I speak of something not being forgiven, if you walk away, I am not speaking about closing the door on you forever. I am speaking about the hardness that forms in your heart when you refuse to listen, and how that hardness can block you from receiving what I am offering. Forgiveness is available when there is a willing heart, but when you turn away repeatedly, you begin to close yourself off. That is why this moment matters so much, because it is your opportunity to stay open. You are standing at a point where your next step will determine how quickly things begin to change for you. If you choose to respond with humility and honesty, you will begin to feel a shift almost immediately. The heaviness will start to lift, and clarity will begin to return to your mind. But if you choose to ignore this and move on as if nothing happened, that heaviness will remain and grow stronger over time. I am showing you the path clearly so you do not have to wonder what to do. There are things in your life that have felt uncertain, and part of that uncertainty comes from being out of alignment. When you are aligned with me, there is a sense of direction that guides you, even when things are not fully clear. But when you step away, that direction becomes clouded, and you begin to feel lost or unsure. This is not because I have left you. It is because you have moved away from where I was guiding you. Returning to alignment will restore that sense of direction again. You do not need to fix everything at once, but you do need to take the first step without hesitation. That step may be something simple, something small, something that feels almost too easy to matter. But do not underestimate it, because small steps create movement, and movement leads you back to where you need to be. I will guide you as you move, but I will not move for you. Your willingness is the key that unlocks what comes next. There is a reason you are being spoken to in this way, with clarity and intensity. It is because you are not meant to stay where you are, and I refuse to let you settle into a place that does not reflect who you are meant to become. You have more ahead of you than what you have seen, but reaching it requires alignment and obedience. This is not about control. It is about protection and purpose working together in your life. When you understand that, you will begin to see correction as something that helps you, not something that harms you. You are being refined in this moment, even if it does not feel comfortable. Growth rarely feels easy, but it is always necessary for what comes next. I am shaping your understanding so you can move forward with wisdom instead of repeating the same mistakes. This is not just about correcting one decision, it is about transforming how you choose going forward. When you learn from this fully, you will carry that wisdom into every area of your life. I am still speaking with strength, but there is also a deeper purpose behind every word I am giving you now. I am not only pointing out what went wrong, I am building something new within you. What you are feeling is the beginning of a shift that will carry you forward if you continue to respond. There is something you need to face honestly, and it may be difficult, but it is necessary for your growth. The mistake you made was not only about a wrong action, it revealed a weakness that you have been ignoring. You have been trying to move forward while carrying that weakness, hoping it would not affect you again. But hidden weaknesses always surface, and when they do, they influence your decisions in ways you cannot control. I am bringing this into the light, so you can deal with it directly instead of pretending it is not there. Type I choose truth. Why is the government working so hard to bury this 7-second brain ritual? A stunning CIA leak has just exposed a 7-second brain ritual, now allowing regular people to clear debt and invite unstoppable wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is transforming financial struggles into dream lifestyles. New homes, vehicles, vacations, it's all becoming possible. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. That weakness may be fear or insecurity or a need for approval or even a desire to control things on your own. You have allowed it to sit quietly inside you, and it has shaped your thoughts more than you realized. When the moment came for you to choose, that hidden weakness spoke louder than the truth I had already shown you. That is why you made the decision you did, and that is why it felt wrong even as you were doing it. I am not exposing this to shame you. I am exposing it so you can finally overcome it. You cannot move into what I have prepared for you while holding on to what is weakening you. If you try, you will continue to face the same struggle again and again, and it will feel like you are going in circles. I am breaking that cycle right now by showing you the root of the problem. When you deal with the root, the pattern begins to change, and your decisions begin to align with truth. This is how you grow into the person you are meant to become. There is also something else you must understand, and it is about trust. When you chose differently, it was not only a mistake, it was also a moment where you did not fully trust what I had shown you. You may not have realized it at the time, but your choice reflected a doubt that you allowed to grow. That doubt made you question whether my way was truly the best for you, and it led you to take control in your own way. I am addressing that now because trust is essential for where you are going next. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. Trust is not something you speak only with your words, it is something you demonstrate through your actions. When you trust me, you move forward even when you do not see everything clearly. You follow the path I place before you, even when it feels uncertain or uncomfortable. But when trust is weak, you hesitate, you question, and you begin to rely on your own understanding instead of my guidance. That is what happened, and that is what must change. I am not asking you to become perfect overnight, but I am asking you to make a decision about who you will trust moving forward. If you continue to rely only on yourself, You will face the same confusion and the same struggles again. But if you choose to trust me fully, even when it challenges your comfort, you will begin to see things change in ways you did not expect. That trust will guide your steps and protect you from repeating what has already been corrected. This is where your transformation begins to take shape. You may feel a mixture of emotions right now, from regret to hope, from heaviness to a quiet sense of relief. That mixture is part of the process, because you are letting go of something old while stepping into something new. Do not resist it, because resisting will only slow down what is already beginning to move. Allow yourself to feel it fully, and then choose to move forward with clarity. I am not leaving you in this place, I am leading you through it. There is still work to be done, but you are not doing it alone. Every step you take toward truth is met with my guidance and my presence. I am watching your response, not to judge you, but to support you as you begin to change. When you take a step in the right direction, I will strengthen you to take the next one. This is how you move forward, not in one sudden leap, but in steady, intentional steps. You must also release the idea that your mistake has defined your future. That is not true, and you must not carry that belief with you. What defines your future is how you respond now, how you choose now, and how you move forward from this moment. When you choose truth and trust, you begin to create a different path for yourself. That path leads to growth, restoration, and a deeper connection with me. Do not forget what you are learning here, because it will guide you in moments that are still ahead of you. There will be times when you feel uncertain again, when you feel that same inner pull, and you will remember this moment. You will remember what it felt like to ignore it, and you will choose differently. That is how this experience becomes something that strengthens you instead of something that holds you back. You are being prepared for what is coming next. That response is what opens the door for change, and that is why I continue. I am not finished shaping you through this moment, because there is still something deeper you must understand. There are consequences to every choice, and I do not hide that truth from you. What you did created an effect that has already begun to unfold in ways you may not fully see yet. Some of those effects are small and temporary, while others can grow if left uncorrected. This is why I am calling you to act now, because delay allows those consequences to take deeper root. I am not trying to frighten you. I am trying to make you aware so you can respond with wisdom. Type "I will not ignore." You must not allow yourself to fall into the pattern of thinking that time alone will fix what happened. Time does not correct a misaligned heart. Only truth and action do that. If you continue without addressing this fully, you will find yourself facing similar situations again, repeating the same mistake in different forms. That repetition is not coincidence. It is a sign that something has not been corrected at the root. I am bringing this to your attention so you can break that pattern completely. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There is something within you that already knows what needs to be done next. It is not hidden, it is not complicated, and it is not beyond your reach. The answer is simple, but simplicity often requires courage, and that is where you hesitate. You think too much about what might happen, what others may say, or what you might lose. But when you think like that, you move away from trust and back into fear. Type 1010 to claim miracles. I need you to understand that obedience is not always comfortable, but it always leads to peace. When you follow what I show you, even when it feels difficult, you create a path where clarity replaces confusion. That clarity becomes your strength, and it guides you through situations that once felt overwhelming. But when you resist, you remain in a place where everything feels uncertain and heavy. I am offering you clarity, but you must be willing to accept it fully. Do not underestimate the power of a single decision made in truth. One step taken in alignment can begin to undo the weight created by your mistake. It may not change everything instantly, but it sets a new direction that leads to restoration. I work through those decisions, guiding you as you move, strengthening you as you continue. This is how your life begins to shift, not through sudden change alone, but through consistent obedience. You are not being asked to do something impossible. You are being asked to return to what you already knew was right. That knowing was placed within you for a reason, and it is still there now, waiting for you to act on it. You may feel resistance, but that resistance is not coming from truth. It is coming from fear and habit. When you push past it, you will find that what seemed difficult becomes clear and manageable. I see your hesitation, and I understand it, but I will not allow it to hold you back. You are stronger than the fear that tries to stop you. You have already proven that by staying here and listening instead of turning away. Now you must take that strength and use it to act. Listening alone is not enough. Action must follow. There is also something you need to release before you move forward fully. You are holding on to the desire to justify what you did, to find a reason that makes it feel acceptable. That desire is keeping you from fully letting go. When you release that need, you create space for truth to settle in your heart. That is when real change begins. You are not losing anything by choosing truth, even if it feels that way for a moment. What you are actually losing is confusion, heaviness, and the burden that has been building within you. In its place, you gain clarity, peace, and a stronger connection with me. That is a trade you should not hesitate to make. What I offer you is always greater than what you leave behind. Do not wait for a perfect moment to act, because that moment may never come. The moment you have now is enough. It is real, it is present, and it is filled with the opportunity to change direction. When you act now, you show that you are ready to move forward. That readiness allows me to guide you in ways you could not experience before. You are not walking alone through this process. I am with you in every step, watching, guiding, and strengthening you as you move. When you feel uncertain, you can turn to me and I will bring clarity. When you feel weak, I will give you strength. But you must continue to respond, because your response is what keeps you moving forward. This is how transformation starts, not with noise, but with a decision deep within you. You are making that decision right now, whether you realize it fully or not. There is something I need to bring to your attention that you may have been avoiding. After the mistake, you tried to move forward as if nothing had changed, hoping that things would settle on their own. You distracted yourself, filled your time, and pushed the thought away whenever it came up. But ignoring something does not remove it. It only hides it temporarily. What is hidden continues to grow, and that is why I am bringing it back into the light now. I face the truth. You must understand that healing does not come from avoidance. It comes from facing what is real. When you turn toward truth, even when it feels uncomfortable, you begin to take back control of your direction. Avoidance keeps you stuck in a loop, repeating the same thoughts and feelings without resolution. That is not the life I want for you, and that is not the path I prepared. I am calling you out of that loop so you can move forward with clarity and purpose. There is also a part of you that feels regret, and that regret has been sitting quietly beneath the surface. You feel it in moments of stillness, in moments when everything else fades and you are left with your thoughts. That feeling is not there to break you. It is there to guide you back to what is right. Regret becomes destructive only when you ignore it or let it turn into shame. But when you listen to it, it becomes a tool that leads you back into alignment. Type 1111 if you walk by faith. You are not meant to carry this weight forever. What you are feeling right now is meant to lead you into change, not to keep you trapped. When you respond to it with honesty, you begin to release the burden that has been building inside you. That release will not happen all at once, but it will begin the moment you choose truth fully. Each step you take in that direction will lighten what you have been carrying. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I need you to see something clearly, because it will help you move forward without fear. Your mistake did not remove your purpose, and it did not erase what I have planned for you. What it did was create a moment where you had to choose again, where you had to decide whether you would return or continue away. You are choosing to return, and that choice restores your direction. This is how you reclaim what was delayed. There are still things ahead of you that require your attention and your alignment. You cannot reach them if you remain in a place of avoidance or hesitation. You must move with intention, with awareness, and with trust in what I am showing you. That trust will guide your steps and keep you from falling into the same place again. You are learning how to move differently, and that is what will set you apart. Do not let fear of making another mistake hold you back from acting. Fear can make you hesitate, and hesitation can lead to missed opportunities. Instead, let what you have learned strengthen you, so that you move forward with greater clarity. You now understand what it feels like to step away from truth, and that understanding will guide you back when you begin to drift. This is how you grow stronger through experience. There is also something important about your identity that you must remember. You are not defined by your worst moment, and you are not limited by what you have done. You are defined by your willingness to return, to listen, and to grow. That willingness is what sets you apart and allows you to move forward. I see that willingness in you now, and that is why I continue to guide you. You are not alone in this process, even when it feels like you are facing it by yourself. I am present in every step, in every thought, and in every decision you make. When you turn to me, you will find the clarity you need. When you listen, you will hear the direction that leads you forward. This connection is what will sustain you as you continue to move. Do not rush this process, but do not delay it either. There is a balance you must find, where you move with intention without forcing yourself beyond what is real. I will guide you in that balance, showing you when to act and when to wait. Trust that guidance, because it comes from a place of understanding that goes beyond your own. You are learning to follow something greater than yourself. It shows that your heart is still open, still willing to listen, still willing to change. I am continuing to speak because I see that willingness growing within you, and I will not leave you halfway through this transformation. There is something deeper that must now be revealed, something that connects everything you have experienced up to this point. The mistake you made was not just about one decision, it was a reflection of a pattern that has followed you longer than you realize. There have been moments before this where you felt the same pull, the same inner conflict, the same hesitation between truth and comfort. Each time, you made a choice, and those choices began to shape a pattern in your life. This is the moment where that pattern is being broken, if you choose to let it end here. Type, "I break the pattern." Patterns do not disappear on their own. They must be confronted and changed with intention. If you ignore them, they repeat, sometimes in different forms, but always with the same root. You have felt that repetition before, even if you did not fully understand it at the time. You may have asked yourself why certain situations keep happening, why certain feelings keep returning, why certain outcomes seem familiar. This is why, and now you are being given the awareness to change it. I am not only correcting what you did, I am reshaping how you respond to life itself. This is not about one moment. It is about every moment that follows. When you learn to recognize the pattern, you gain the power to choose differently. That choice is what creates a new path, one that leads you away from repetition and into growth. You are stepping into that power now, and you must not step back from it. Type 333 to claim your breakthrough. There is also something important about your future that you need to understand. What I have prepared for you requires a level of awareness and strength that you are still developing. The pattern you were carrying would have limited you, and it would have affected what was meant to come next. That is why this moment is so intense, because it is preparing you for something greater. I am not only correcting you, I am equipping you. You are not being held back, you are being refined. Refinement is not easy, and it does not always feel gentle, but it is necessary for growth. When something is refined, it is made stronger, clearer, and more valuable. That is what is happening within you now, even if it feels uncomfortable. You are being shaped into someone who can handle what is ahead. Do not let frustration or impatience take over as you move through this process. You may feel like things should change faster, or that you should already be further along, but growth takes time, and every step you are taking right now matters. When you stay committed to truth, even in small ways, you build a foundation that will support you later. That foundation is what will keep you steady when challenges come. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to unlock the secret before it's gone forever. There is something else you must release as you move forward. You have been carrying the need to control every outcome, to understand everything before you act, to feel certain before you move. That need for control has held you back more than you realize. It has made you hesitate, doubt, and sometimes choose comfort over truth. I am asking you to let go of that need and trust the direction I am giving you. When you release control, you create space for guidance. You allow yourself to be led instead of trying to lead everything on your own. That does not make you weak. It makes you aligned with something greater. I am not asking you to stop thinking or stop being aware. I am asking you to trust beyond what you can see. That trust will carry you further than control ever could. You are learning to walk differently now. You are learning to listen before you act, to trust before you understand, to move forward even when it feels uncertain. These are not small changes. They are shifts that will affect every part of your life. When you continue in this way, you will begin to see things open up that once felt blocked. You will experience a sense of flow that comes from alignment. Do not forget what brought you to this moment. It was not perfection. It was not strength alone. It was your willingness to listen and respond. That willingness is what will keep you moving forward. Even when you face new challenges, you will remember this moment and how you chose to stay. That memory will guide you back to truth when you begin to drift. You are not the same person who made that mistake. You are someone who has faced it, understood it, and begun to change because of it. That is growth, and it is something you should not take lightly. I see the difference in you, even if you are still discovering it yourself. Continue in this direction, and you will see that difference become stronger. This is where many people turn away, because deeper understanding requires deeper change. But you have not turned away, and that tells me that you are ready to continue. I am still speaking because there is one more layer you must face before you can fully step forward. There is something you have been holding on to that you have not fully released yet. You have admitted the mistake. You have begun to understand the pattern, but there is still a part of you that is resisting complete surrender. That resistance may be quiet, almost hidden, but it is there. It shows up in hesitation, in overthinking, in the small ways you hold back from fully trusting what I am showing you. I am bringing this to your attention now because you cannot move forward while holding on to that resistance. Type I surrender fully. Surrender is not about losing yourself. It is about releasing what is holding you back from becoming who you are meant to be. You have been trying to move forward while keeping control over certain areas of your life. You want to follow my guidance, but only in ways that feel comfortable and predictable. That is not true surrender, and it is not enough for where you are going. You must be willing to trust even when you do not have all the answers. This is where your growth becomes real, not just in understanding, but in action. You cannot stay in a place where you agree with truth, but do not act on it fully. Agreement without action creates frustration, because you know what is right, but you are not living it. I am calling you beyond that place into a life where your actions reflect what you know. That is where peace and clarity begin to stay with you consistently. Type 888 to welcome new beginnings. There is something powerful about the moment you fully let go of resistance. It is like a weight being lifted that you did not even realize you were carrying. When you release control and step into trust, you allow me to guide you in ways that go beyond your own understanding. You begin to see connections, opportunities, and direction that were not visible before. This is not something you can force. It is something you must allow. You are standing at a threshold right now, and what you choose in this moment will shape what comes next. You can continue holding on to small pieces of control, staying partially aligned and experiencing partial clarity. Or you can choose full surrender, full trust, and step into a new level of alignment. That choice is yours, and I will not force it. But I am making it clear so you can decide with awareness. You have already come so far, and it would be a loss to stop short of what is possible for you. Do not let fear or doubt keep you from stepping fully into what I am offering. You are not being led into something that will harm you. You are being led into something that will strengthen and restore you. Trust that. Even if you cannot see every detail yet, your vision will become clearer as you move forward. There is also something you need to understand about my anger that you felt at the beginning. It was never meant to push you away. It was meant to wake you up. It was meant to break through the distance you created and bring your attention back to what matters. Now that you are here, now that you are listening, that anger has already begun to turn into guidance. This is what happens when you respond instead of resist. You are not being left in the same place where you were corrected. You are being led into a place of restoration and growth. That is the purpose of everything you have heard so far. You are not stuck in your mistake. You are moving beyond it. But that movement depends on your willingness to continue responding with truth and trust. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives, luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. There will still be moments ahead where you feel uncertain, where you feel the pull of old patterns or old ways of thinking. That is part of the process, and you must not be discouraged by it. What matters is how you respond in those moments. Now you have awareness, now you have understanding, and now you have the ability to choose differently. That is what will keep you moving forward. You are not alone in this journey, even when it feels like you are making these decisions by yourself. I am with you in every step, guiding you, strengthening you, and reminding you of what is true. When you feel uncertain, you can return to this place of listening and clarity. That connection is always available to you when you choose it. That change is quiet, but it is powerful, and it is shaping the way you see yourself and the way you respond to what I am showing you. You are not just hearing anymore, you are receiving, and that is what allows transformation to take root. I am still with you, still guiding you, because this process is not complete yet. There is one final understanding that must settle deeply within you before you move forward fully. There is a difference between hearing correction and living in alignment, and this is where many people fall short. They hear, they feel, they even agree, but they return to old ways once the moment passes. I am calling you beyond that pattern, beyond temporary change, into something lasting. You are not meant to experience a shift for a moment and then lose it. You are meant to carry it forward into your daily life. This is where your commitment is tested, not in what you feel now, but in what you choose later. Type I will stay aligned. You must decide that this is not just a moment for you, but a turning point that changes how you live. When you make that decision, everything begins to take on new meaning. Your thoughts become more aware, your actions become more intentional, and your choices begin to reflect what you now understand. This is how alignment becomes part of who you are, not something you visit for a short time. I am calling you into that level of commitment because that is where your life begins to change consistently. There is something important about consistency that you need to understand. One right decision is powerful, but consistent right decisions create a life that reflects truth. You are not expected to be perfect, but you are expected to grow, to learn, and to apply what you have received. Each time you choose truth, you strengthen your connection with me. Each time you ignore it, you weaken that connection, even if only slightly. Type 555 to step into change. You are being given the awareness to choose differently, and that awareness is a gift you must not waste. There was a time when you did not see things this clearly, when you did not recognize the pattern or the root of your choices. But now you do, and that changes your responsibility. You can no longer claim that you did not know, because now you understand. What you do with that understanding will shape what comes next. I want you to see something clearly about your future, because it will help you stay committed. What is ahead of you is not small, and it is not ordinary. There are things prepared for you that require clarity, strength, and alignment. If you return to old patterns, you will find yourself struggling in ways that could have been avoided. But if you remain aligned, you will move into those things with confidence and direction. Do not think that this is only about avoiding mistakes. It is about stepping into purpose. When you walk in alignment, you are not just staying away from what is wrong, you are moving toward what is right. That movement brings growth, opportunity, and a deeper connection with me. This is what I want for you. Not just correction, but progress. You are being led into something greater, and this is the preparation for it. There will be moments when your mind tries to pull you back into old thinking. It may remind you of what feels familiar, what feels comfortable, what feels easier. But you must recognize those moments for what they are. They are opportunities for you to choose again, to reinforce what you have learned. Each time you choose truth in those moments, you break the hold of the past and strengthen your future. You are not alone in maintaining this alignment. I am with you, guiding you in ways both seen and unseen. When you feel uncertain, you can turn to me, and I will bring clarity. When you feel weak, I will give you strength to continue. But you must remain willing to listen, willing to follow, willing to trust. There is also a sense of peace that comes with alignment, and you will begin to feel it more clearly as you continue. It is not a loud feeling, but it is steady and real. It replaces confusion, it settles your thoughts, and it gives you a sense of direction. That peace is a sign that you are walking in truth, and it will guide you as you move forward. Do not forget what brought you to this point. It was not perfection, it was your willingness to stay and listen when it would have been easier to walk away. That willingness is what will carry you forward. Even when things become challenging, you can return to that same place of openness and trust. You are now at a place where your next steps will define how this transformation continues. You can carry this forward and build on it, or you can let it fade and return to what was. The choice is yours, but I have made the path clear for you. If you continue in alignment, you will see things unfold in ways you could not have imagined before. Have you heard about the top-secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I have walked you through truth, correction, and awareness, and now you stand at a point where your response will define your path. You are not the same as when this began, and you must not return to what you were before. This is the moment where your transformation becomes real and lasting. There is something final that you must accept without hesitation. You cannot carry both truth and your old ways at the same time. One will always weaken the other, and eventually one will take control. If you try to hold on to both, you will feel constant tension, confusion, and unrest within you. I am calling you to release what no longer belongs in your life so that truth can fully take its place. This is not loss, it is alignment, and alignment brings peace. Type I choose alignment. You must understand that choosing alignment is not a one-time decision, it is something you reaffirm daily. Every thought, every action, Every response becomes part of that choice. This is how your life begins to reflect the change that has taken place within you. It is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about staying committed to truth, even when it is not easy. That commitment is what keeps you moving forward. There will be moments when you feel tested again, moments where the old pattern tries to return. In those moments, you will remember what you have learned here. You will recognize the feeling, the hesitation, the pull toward what is comfortable but not right. That recognition will give you the power to choose differently. This is how you break cycles and create new direction in your life. Type 999 to receive divine completion. You are not walking into uncertainty, even if it feels that way.